What's up, guys? Welcome to the Coach Al Futrell YouTube channel. Make sure you guys turn on your notification bells and hit that subscribe button. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the 10 things that you need to do and be aware of to be the successful person that you want to be. All right, guys, kicking off the list with number 10, and that is you need to take care of your body. You're only going to get one body, so you need to treat it very well like the precious vessel that it is. Because if you don't, more times than not, your bad behaviors that are happening in the now, they're going to catch up with you in the future. Coming in at number 9, stop caring about what other people think about the moves that you want to make. If you sit around and wait on someone else's validation or someone else's blessings in order to make a move that could benefit you, you may lose that benefit entirely. So maybe you do want to be with this person. Maybe you do want to go ahead and start that business, but you're sitting around and you're scared to make that move because you're afraid what someone else is going to think, and that could bite you in the ass in the long run. Coming in at number 8, you need to have a backbone. Don't let people play with you. When you're around people and they throw those little jabs and digs at you, saying little slick shit about you, over time, they're doing this to test you. And the more that you allow them to do this, it's a form of them walking all over you and not respecting you. So make sure you guys stand up for yourself and don't take shit from people. So the little friendly banter back and forth between friends, that's a little different. We all have maybe our core group of friends where, we talk a little shit here and there. That's normal. But for people that aren't really in your inner circle, or maybe they are in your inner circle, but they do this to a high degree, a high level, you got to watch out for those people. And you got to make it known, like, look, don't play with me. You're always saying this little slick shit about me. You got to nip that shit in the bud. Otherwise, it's going to come back and bite you in the long run because you allow it to happen so frequently over a long period of time. So, end of story with number 8. Just make sure you guys stand up for yourself and have a backbone. Number 7, you have to understand that imperfect action beats stagnant perfection every single time. You guys can't be afraid to take risk. You guys can't just sit back and always wait for the ideal scenario to present itself, because usually those opportunities and the benefits of those opportunities, they're going to go flying by, all because you were waiting for things to be a set certain way before you took the plunge and took that risk in order to make that great thing happen. So that's number 7. You guys need to have more action and less time worrying about things being absolutely perfect before you make that move. Number 6, treat others with respect. So obviously, if someone has disrespected you, we can just go ahead and throw that out of the window. There may be some tension, some things that you have to stand on in order to get your point across. So you may not be friendly with that person. But when it comes to just passing people on the street or seeing people inside of a store or restaurant, whatever it may be, just treat people with respect. You never know what type of day that person is having, and just you being kind, which is free, by the way, it doesn't cost anything for you to be kind to the next person, but just you being kind to that person, that could make their day and prevent them from doing something like crashing out on the next person that they talk to, all because you were kind to them. So just make sure you guys are treating others with respect, and more times than not, it's going to be reciprocated to you as well. Number 5, stop playing victim. Look, I get it. Nobody is perfect, but you can't go through your entire life always blaming someone else for the results that you got or the way things are. There has to be a level of self-accountability and you understanding that some of the things that have happened to you, some of the way things have turned out, you've played a hand in that as well. And you can't always play the victim and sit back, and when someone asks you about something that didn't go as planned, it didn't go the right way, or it didn't go as you would like, you can't always flip it and say, well, it didn't happen because this person did X, Y, and Z, or I'm not where I want to be in life because this person did X, Y, and Z. You have to have that level of self-accountability and you can't go through life playing the victim all the time. Number four, you guys need to have mindful consumption. And I'm not just talking about the food that you eat and the drinks that you drink. I'm talking about the things that you watch on TV, the things that you click on and go down the rabbit hole in on social media. All these things are a form of consumption. The people you hang around, the things that they say, the messages that you embody. You have to be careful and be mindful of the things that you consume. Otherwise, you're going to start adopting some of these things as your own. And then, therefore, you're never thinking for yourself. You're only thinking about the things that you consume. And then you start to believe things that aren't true to be true, or you start to see someone else's message and then you just embody that message and then you never think for yourself. So I'm not saying don't use social media. I'm not saying don't watch TV, your favorite shows, or watch sports, this, that, and the other. I do those things as well, but I limit them and I don't let other people think for me. And I think you should do the same. So be careful with the things that you consume. Otherwise, they could actually end up consuming you. Number three, get away from still people. And when I say still people, I'm talking about people who are still stuck doing the same dumb things that prevent them from progressing in life. So if you're 40, 50, 60 years old, obviously you should get away from doing the things you were doing in your teens or maybe in your early 20s. You really don't have time to sit around and smoke and drink all day or chase girls or go out and commit crimes and do these dumb things that are actually risking your freedom. So you have to get away from those people who are still stuck doing things that will not help you progress in life. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't have love for that person. Trust me, I have friends that I grew up with and all the crazy things that we used to do when we were younger. It doesn't mean that I'm not actually friends with them. It just means I don't participate in any of those actual behaviors that they might still be stuck doing in our later years. So again, just get away from those still people, because getting older does not actually mean that you're growing up. Having a birthday, that's just part of the equation. That's going to happen naturally. But just because you've gotten older, that doesn't mean that you've actually grown up. So make sure you guys stay away from those still people, because it could be preventing you from actually getting further ahead in life. Number two, stop hanging out with people who gossip all the time. So this is something that pisses me off, when people just sit around and talk about other people as if you have nothing else better to do. And you have to look at that and say, well, damn, if this person is going to sit around and gossip, talking to me about, this person and that person, then when I'm not around, shit, they're probably gossiping about me. And usually the gossip, it's all drama, a bunch of bullshit that doesn't matter. So who's sleeping with who got divorced, who's dating who, which celebrity is going through this, that, and the third. Like, none of that shit matters. So people just sitting around gossiping about the next person and not actually, talking about things that matter, talking about growing the business, talking about being a better person, and just speaking more positive things into the conversation. You got to watch out for those people, the jaw jackers running their mouth, just talking a bunch of shit that doesn't matter. In the long run, those people are not going to do you any good. And in the long run, when you're not around, they're probably talking about you behind your back. And number one, stop comparing yourself to others. Now, I know we have access to social media, and right in the palm of your hand, you can see someone else's life. You can see all the nice things that they have. You can see the fancy vacations that they go on. You can see their perfect relationship. All these things, you're looking at it, and then you start comparing the things that you have or the experiences that you've been through to what they have going on. And then you start feeling inadequate. You start becoming depressed. You start feeling unsure of yourself. You start to become insecure because you're comparing your life to theirs. What you need to do is you need to compare your life to the person that you see in the mirror. Control what you can control. Stop worrying about what someone else has going on. Stop worrying about their business. Stop worrying about who they're dating. Stop worrying about who they're marrying. Stop worrying about what restaurants they go to eat. Stop worrying about their nice vacations. Worry about your own shit and stop comparing yourself to other people. In the long run, you're going to be happier. You're going to be far less likely to suffer from depression from comparison. Just do yourself that favor. Again, control what you can control, focus on the things you need to focus on, and take it one day at a time. Now, I hope you guys liked this video. Hopefully it reached those that it needed to reach. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys on the next one.